Here she comes. She had to go all the way around to get here because the crosswalk is freaking closed. Because of course it would be. I know, it's kind of an issue, a little bit, you know. But yeah, we're in Covent Gardens. That's what I was just saying, yeah. This is one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. We might eat here at some point, we'll see. I'd like to.
So, we're gonna head up the road now, one big straight line, all the way up the street until we reach our final stop, which is the Alice Theatre.
There's a black cab. Several black cabs, actually. Very cool. Oh. I think we just found Chinatown. Yeah. Here's Chinatown this way. Very cool. Duck World. Just an entire shop full of duck memorabilia. Right here in London. Oh my god. It's Saitama from One Punch Man. There's across the street, Squid Game stuff. Yeah. Look at this church. I thought this was built in the 1600s. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Sorry, we're spellbound right now. Oh, Wingstop. We don't have feeders that look like this in the US. That's for sure. Look at that. This is built in like the 1700s. I know, right?
It's because we're stood on top of the Ministry of Magic. You might remember a scene in the Deathly Hallows. Ron Weasley is stood on the street corner over here. Harry and Hermione are waiting in this doorway. Their plan is to sneak into the Ministry after making a polyjuice potion. And in this clip, you'll see Harry, Ron, and Hermione as they transform into their disguises.
I'm going to get on the boat right now, and I just thought this was really adorable. It's like the London Underground map with a bunch of Shakespeare's works put on them. There we go. A bunch of Shakespeare's works, Shakespeare's characters. Shakespeare Underground map. This is kind of a cool way to advertise the legacy of Shakespeare. I just find that cool. A little bit more of Southwark Cathedral right here. Very, very cool stuff. Look at this. This. Just imagine Shakespeare walking around in the 1500s, seeing this right in front of him, this massive, impressive structure. This is just so magical. Wow. These are definitely places of awe. So I was gonna say, after a little bit of Google searching, I found out that this cathedral has a lot of significance in relation to William Shakespeare and his history. Probably a lot of Elizabethan actors got baptized at this particular cathedral, and Shakespeare himself was a resident of the cathedral for several years, along with his brother, who died at the age of 27. And they also still perform Shakespeare plays in this cathedral itself, and they have a window and then commemorating Shakespeare and his connection to the cathedral. So that is really, really freaking cool. And I did not know that until we came across this. This is really, really badass. I'll show you a little bit more in a second. Oh, yeah. Gotta love this piece. The Simpsons. What's that? I am running out of things to say right now because I'm just so awestruck. This is incredible. Like, I wish I had something funny or clever to mug right now to the camera with, but London is awesome. I just gotta say it. London freaking rocks. This is such a great city. Oh my god. I would love to move here. I really would. Especially given the current state of the US. Just gotta say. This is way better. This is significantly better. Get this pub. Wow. We also have a Chipotle. We're not gonna get Chipotle. I just promise you, we will not.
Honey chicken now, Ryan.
Yeah, but honey chicken. There we go.
Get Chipotle.
Exactly.
Cecil Court, this brilliant street filled with independent art shops, bookshops, antique shops, even the oldest magic shop here. Now, one contention amongst Harry Potter fans, you will have some fans claiming this street was the inspiration for Diagon Alley. However, if you travelled up the country to York, you'll find the amazing old shambles, this beautiful old medieval street that twists and winds through the city. A lot of fans in York will protest, no, this was the street that inspired Diagon Alley. Equally, if you travel up to Edinburgh, where J.K. Rowling lived and wrote a lot of the early drafts of the novels, you'll find the fantastic old Prince's Street, which is often said to have been the inspiration for Diagon Alley. So there's a bit of a sort of war going on about which street potentially inspired this remarkable place. But given Cecil Court's fantastic magical past here in London, you like to stake that claim that this a bit of history about this street. To walk down here between months April and August 1764, you might bump into a little 8-year-old boy called Mozart. Mozart, he was already a very gifted musician on his grand European tour, and he was staying in what is now the Mark Sullivan Antique Shop, lodging with a barber called John Cousin, who's actually selling Mozart shows from this very shop. So we're going to head down the road.
I've been in Texas. We're gonna have to.
She always likes to brag about having been to Austria and seeing his house.
I want to go to Texas.
I'm pretty sure it's your favorite place you've ever been to is Austria.
I went on Amazing Race. The Witch Ball.
The Witch Ball.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I love Amazing Race. Pretty soon you're going to be doing that too.
I have to go through this alleyway right here. Whoa. Look at this. This is really freaking cool.
Is it like hard?
This alley. I think so. Wow.
A little bit about this street. So here we have Goodwin's Court, this amazing old 17th century alleyway. These fantastic old windows, these lamps, some of the last remaining working gas lamps. In the Victorian era, there would have been thousands of lamplighters heading across the city at night, illuminating these lamps. And to this day, there's only 5 lamplighters left working in London. They operate out of a small workshop, and they still come to maintain these amazing relics. If you walk down here of an evening, you'll see the gas flames flickering, illuminating this amazing street. And it was this street that provided the inspiration for, of course, Nocturne Alley. The filmmakers had to use this for the filming of Nocturne Alley. The street just proved to be a little bit too small to fit all the crew, the cast, all the camera operators. There's a lot of people still living above us here, so it wasn't very practical shooting this massive motion picture right here in the heart of London. So they based their Nocturne Alley design off this very street here. I think you'll agree, quite an amazing, remarkable street. We're going to head back out this way and head towards our next stop, which is another lovely street called Cecil Court.
Still have the hiccups, my boy. They haven't gone away. Hopefully it won't be a whole thing throughout the entire day. I was not shooting. I meant to be shooting.
What? The whole time you were not shooting? Ryan!
Not the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Not the whole time we've been doing this, but
Just
since we
after
got
the
here,
lagoon.
since we got to Trafalgar,
Just
yeah, after the boat.
I'm going to have a look down some rather interesting alleyway.
So this is Trafalgar Square. I meant to be filming more, but I actually didn't hit the push record button. I'm not used to pushing this record button, okay? This is one of my first times using this camera, so pardon me for not being great at using this camera at first. I'm just slowly trying to get used to it. All right. Apologies. So I didn't quite get all the footage that I meant to get, but this is still pretty good. This is still some pretty good footage right here. I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty solid about this. That's the National Gallery over there, by the way.
We didn't get to.
Kind of hard to see for the tree, but
That was a National Gallery that we missed.
that was the National Gallery. We were supposed to go to the National Gallery, but our flight was delayed.
It's bigger than I thought.
But
It wasn't.
that's theoretically-
Our hotel room was delayed.
Our hotel room was delayed. That's the more accurate point. We were supposed to go there. There was actually some pretty cool stuff in the National Gallery, but it's okay. You know, it wasn't at the top of our priority list, even though it would be pretty neat. Apologies for hiccuping a lot in this video. You're just gonna have to deal with this if you're watching this. It sounds like I have a stutter. I'm not. I know. Nothing. Not there's anything wrong with that. Guess there's an event going on too. Some in the background. What is it? Oh, is it Good Friday? Oh, that's why.
It's a good Friday.
It's a Good Friday. Yeah, it's a very, very solid, like a 10 out of 10 Friday. Gotta say. It's Good Friday, yep. That's why. I know.
I always considered you're more secular than us.
More of in the U.S., yes, but still, I mean, think of how many cathedrals are around us. You know,
We have
Modern-
so many cathedrals too in the US.
I mean, modern Europe is a bit more secular, yeah.
You could have cathedrals and have a secular country.
I love how casual it is in Europe that you could just walk around the corner and you would see advertised like, visit our crypt in our cafe. Visit, see all the dead bodies, eat some food. Have fun. Here's a better view of the National Gallery right here. It's actually a cool looking building. I'm coming. I'm going. Gotta catch up to our group.
We're in a group.
Yeah, we're in a group. We're doing a group thing right now.
Group tour of history.
Yes.
I put it like on highest.
Put it on maximum overdrive. Exactly. Maximum overdrive.
Why are you putting a camera? This is how a disabled
Cause
person travels in a scooter.
like this. Presso. No. Someone in the comments, tell me, is this Italian place any good? If you've been to London, tell us. Presso.
Coming up to your right, you see London's smallest, narrowest alleyway, bridges.
That's cool. You better film that right.
Yeah. Of course I gotta see the narrow alley. Whoa. Is that it right there?
I think it is.
I think that's the narrowest alleyway.
Here it is. The street side as well. Narrowest.
This is the narrowest alleyway in London, right here. And I believe it. I could barely fit in there. I don't think our scooter could at all.
No.
That is wild.
Oh my god, move right so I can see.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh my god. It's narrow.
Oh, so you can tell that we're in the West End right now because we're getting all the theater productions over here. I know.
We're gonna head down this way.
I still have the hiccups. They're not quite as bad now, though. They're just starting to taper off a little bit.
Professor. This is the only film she appears in. We never see this professor again. Does anyone know what she is called? The professor in the first movie who doesn't appear. Now, I'll give you a clue. She teaches the students Quidditch and how to fly on their broomsticks. It's Madam Hooch. Well done, Hufflepuff. Yes, Madam Hooch. Here she is with her spiky grey hair, her green hawk-like eyes, very iconic look indeed.
This is individually Italian as opposed to separately Italian. So I was supposed to like together Italians. So this is one of the oldest was one of the oldest functioning museums in the UK, called Clink Prison. That's where the term clink comes from. Look at all of this.
Oh my god, it's so
Nando's. The one try Nando's. It's like a very iconic, like one of the most popular fast food chains in the UK, basically.
Now, 1615, coincidentally, as we have before, William Shakespeare's death, 1616. We'll be heading along to Shakespeare's grave this way. You will find a lot of pubs in London who will often claim to be the oldest, saying they've been there since 1200, 1300, 1400. Although in principle, the actual business, the establishment, the name may have been there since that time. Often or not, the building itself that you are sitting in was not. They're probably built at the earliest in the 1700s. Always watch out if you find yourself in a pub claiming to have been there since 1200, 1300. Probably the structure itself wasn't. We're going to head down to Shakespeare's Globe.
So I didn't quite catch this, but this was called the Anchor because a lot of sailors would drink at this tavern, quite literally. And the original structure was burnt down in the Great Fire of the 1600s, and so a lot of buildings in London are kind of like that because a lot of them were burnt down in that particular fire. There are a few still remaining buildings, but you know, a lot of them no longer exist. This is one of them. But it was rebuilt later on. Very cool stuff. And there is St. Paul's as well, which we went to yesterday. There's actually a very good shot of St. Paul's, to be perfectly honest.
we were on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know we're on this side now. That's hard to believe we're way up there.
Walking along the Thames now. Oh, never double-decker bus. Woo! Just saying, we're still on like sensory overload right now. I mean, there's this. The only hint of anything modern is like this mural right here, basically. Like, this is a fairly modern mural, but everything else feels like you would be stepping in the streets of Victorian London, you know, back in the mid 1800s. It just kind of has that aesthetic to it. This is so wild. You could just imagine, like, Victorian London wasn't the cleanliest place imaginable. You would see walls covered in soot and grime. You would be wading through pools of a lot of the various substances and liquids in the Victorian period. Like, walking to and from work, you would probably smell like the butchers and you would get all that whiff. You'd smell all of it around you. You can just kind of picture that, you know, walking through here. It's just, we're like walking through history right now. This is just really, really incredible. You don't get that sense of history in the U.S. Everything feels so modern in the United States. I mean, you'll get some exceptions. There are more places in the East Coast, I feel like, that have more of an older kind of vibe to them. But living in California, everything is so just different, you know, compared to this. 100 years old is ancient for us, exactly. But walking around here, like you're just at that church earlier, it feels like, you know, we're just walking around and we see a church that's linked directly to Shakespeare himself. Like, how freaking cool is that? Look at this building. Look at this building right here. This is so freaking cool. This is just, oh my gosh.
We still have to go to the Shakespeare Globe Theater.
Oh yeah, we still haven't gone to Shakespeare Globe Theater yet. That's going to be another day that we fully do that. But we're going to see the outside of it today. So that's going to be pretty cool. Look at this. Just look at this. This is Flatiron. Boom, boom. This is just so impressive and gorgeous, and it's exactly what you would expect. I am on overload right now, absolutely. This is just really freaking cool. Like, look at this. We're near Borough Market as well. We're gonna get to see some of the shops around here. So look at all of this. Look at all of this. It is so impressive. Just the way that the train arches, and this is so cool. This is worth going to London for right here. And like, this is only like a small part of our vacation too. This is insane. Like, wow. I'm very overwhelmed too. It's like, it finally feels like we're in another country. You know, it finally feels like, okay, this does not feel like the U.S. at all.
It feels
like this feels like, yeah, it feels like Europe around here, like in a very, very cool way. Minus the pastor tacos here. Very cool stuff.
Behind us here.
This cheese shop. Argentine empanadas. We got Argentine empanadas here.
So I've got this little scene to show you.
So we are at Southwark Cathedral, which is absolutely stunningly freaking gorgeous. We went to this little cafe over here. It's called Southwark Cathedral Cafe. There we go. Southwark Cathedral Cafe. This place is truly, truly magnificent. Sorry, but this umbrella is like really in the way right now. That's a crane. I'm gonna show you the drink that I just got right now. It was like beetroot.
I think that's where they take them.
So this drink is like beetroot, it's blueberry and pineapple. Let's give it a try. I've never tried beetroot before. So there we go. That is very tasty. It has like a slight bitterness to it, but it's not really in a bad way at all. Like, it's definitely got the sweetness of the pineapple in it. It's got the blueberry in it. And that's really good. So we're going to be going on a tour a little bit where you get to see a little more of London. Just look at these freaking spires right here. This is freaking incredible. We do not get this in the United States. And here's also a little shard back here too. Get a little bit of a view of that. So, very excited about this. This is some cool stuff. This is really, really badass. So, check in with you in a little bit.